Hello my dear children, welcome back to the science class. We will continue with our chapter body movements. Like in the previous class, we have studied about the movement and the locomotion and the functions of the skeleton. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the parts of skeleton. The human skeleton consists of 5 main parts. These are the skull, the backbone or spine, the rib cage, the limbs, the girdles. Now we will discuss about each part of the skeleton in detail. Skull. Skull is the bony structure on the head. It is made up of 22 bones. Out of these, 8 flat bones form the brain box or cranium, which encloses and protects our brain. And 14 bones form the shape of face. All the bones in the skull are fixed. The lower jaw is the only movable bone in the skull. It enables us to chew food and speak. Okay. Now children, gently press and move your fingers along the center of the back of your friend. You will feel a long, hard, bony structure. This is backbone. The backbone forms the main axis of the skeleton. It is made up of 33 small ring-shaped bones called vertebrae. These small bones join together to form a strong column called the vertebral column. It protects the delicate spinal cord. It also provides support to the body. The joints where vertebrae meet allow slight movement. This allows us to bend or twist our back. The rib cage. There are 12 pairs of thin and curved bones called the ribs. These bones form a rib cage which protects the heart and the lungs. All the 12 pairs of the ribs are joined to the backbone at the back, and the first 10 pairs are joined with the chest bone or breastbone in the front. The last 2 pairs of ribs are free at the front end and are called floating ribs. The limbs. There are 2 pairs of limbs. Number 1, a pair of forelimbs or arms. Number B, a pair of hind limbs or legs. The bones of the arms are joined to the spine by the shoulder girdle and the collarbone. Our upper arm has only one bone called humerus. In lower arm, there are 2 bones called radius and ulna. The bones of legs are joined to the spine by hip girdle. Our upper leg has one bone called femur or thigh bone. It is the longest bone in our body. Our lower leg has 2 bones called tibia and fibula. The girdles. There are 2 types of girdles. Number 1, a pair of shoulder girdles. Number 2, a pair of hip girdles. The limbs are not joined directly to the backbone but to the girdles. The arms are joined to the shoulder girdle and the legs are joined to the hip girdle. Now children, let us discuss about the human body and its movements. The movements in the human body is possible because of 2 important things. One is joints, another is muscles. Before we continue further, let us have a view of different types of movement that are possible in our body. Like you can rotate your shoulder, you can bend your arm, you can bend your neck partly, and to some extent you can bend your backbone. So we will begin with the joints. Bones are joined at different places. The place where two or more bones meet is called a joint. Children, bones are generally joined by ligaments, which are actually a tough, elastic and flexible tissue. Joints are lined up by cartilage, which is tough and inelastic tissue. This cartilage helps to reduce the friction and the damage to the bones at the joint. The cartilage is even present at some other parts of the body like the outer ear and the front part of the nose. Now, let us discuss about the types of joints. Joints are classified into three different types. Number 1, immovable or fixed joint. Number 2, slightly movable joint. Number 3, freely movable joint. Immovable or fixed joint. Children, the example of this immovable or fixed joint is the skull. It means that it is the part of our skeleton which is not showing any kind of movement. As you all know that upper part of the skull is made up of 22 bones. Here only one bone is movable, that is the lower jaw. The rest of the bones are joined together, or we can say that they are interlocked with each other with a fibrous cartilage which does not allow any movement. Slightly movable joints. These type of joints are those which do not allow excess movement, but they have a very slight movement due to the presence of soft cartilage present between them. The example which we can take is the backbone. As you all know that backbone shows slight movement. Either you can bend forward or little bit towards the back. Most of the joints in human body are freely movable joints. For example, the joints in the arm, legs and many other parts of the body. Further, these freely movable joints are classified into 4 different parts. We will discuss about these 4 types of joints or freely movable joints in the next class. I hope you have enjoyed the class. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Jai Hind.